album. Because even in the very beginning, it was like that weird like edgelord shit, and then it stopped being so much that, and then it just gradually decreased, and then more levels of artistry come in each time. So I fuck with that. I didn't like his last album really.
I love the last album, but
I didn't like it.
I feel like Tyler is the genius that Kanye thinks he is.
I would say that Kanye West is a musical genius and an insane person. Tyler, the Creator, is a music genius and more so like a megalomaniac or some shit, but not like an insane bipolar Nazi.
Yeah.
Like, remember back then he was on that like Nazi shit.
Yeah.
But that's what's fucking like, niggas was 17, 16 doing that shit. He 40 with kids.
Yeah, you got to start off doing it and then grow. You can't devolve into that.
Yeah, it was just a way to like piss people off back in the blog era. But he's actually an adult.
But you got to be careful around Tyler. You got to watch your girl and your nigga around him.
You got to watch your own ass.
What's up, y'all? I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the We Want More podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris. Hello, everybody.
Pepsi, he is in front of us taking a nap right now. He's a little worn out from the heat. We on episode 81. 81. Please be sure to subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this on, whether that be on Apple or Spotify. Stop right now. Give us 5 stars. If you got some words for us, matter of fact, no, you do have some words for us. For real. Leave that review, man. Tell people how much you loving the podcast, man. Please do that. Do that, man. Don't act like you want to do it. Actually do the shit. If you watching this on YouTube, subscribe to that, man. I didn't shave my head for nothing today. I need y'all to see this. I'm saying, so yeah.
You got an electric shaver?
No. Just regular clippers.
Okay.
Cause like with my friends, they was telling me earlier like to get an electric shaver, and I'm like, no, I don't want it shiny. I don't want the common.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going for the Jason Statham. You know what I'm saying? I'm the transporter out here.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the look I'm going for. So, but other than that, how you been?
I'm good. What's been going on? I don't know. I ain't shit really been going on. Just fucking.
Yeah, just taking
just hanging out. What you been up to? Anything new?
No, it ain't been shit. I guess it's weird. Matter of fact, I need to stop asking that like I don't be seeing you.
We saw each other last night, like 2 nights ago, maybe.
That's what's fucking it up.
Yeah.
It's like when you say bye to a nigga, but then y'all walking the same way going home.
I'll just like do a head nod maybe, but sometimes I just avoid entirely. I love Irish goodbye people. I've been on that lately.
Oh, I'm good on the Irish goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just get up and just disappear on niggas.
Yeah. And I think I'm starting to think that that's the way to move now. Yeah. Especially when it's like 10 people. They don't give a fuck if I say goodbye to them.
Yeah. Before we do go further, I do want to mention this, and I forgot we haven't mentioned it in a while. If y'all do have some community events going on, please feel free to share those with us. Don't matter what city you in. Just let us know so we can help you reach more people for your events, because we do want this to be some type of community. It could be anything. It could be, I don't know, food drives, clothes drives, I don't know. Anything you got going on, art show, open mics, just feel free to spread that with us, so we could either share it on this or just share it on the podcast page. You know, people might want to see that on the story. So yeah, y'all got anything going on, let us know. But yeah, let me see. What else did I want to talk about? I don't know. Other than that, let me see. Last week I did get in trouble for the last episode.
You know what? That's totally fine. That's how you know you're doing something right.
Yeah, I got in trouble because I got questioned about why I want to make sure like that my why I want to make sure I'm to my full potential in the bathroom around women, which is fucked up, because what we really should be asking is, why are women in the bathroom around me? You see her like, yo, I'm telling you.
All right, listen up, Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's nothing wrong with women being in the men's bathroom, but I think a woman might emphasize, or like, yeah, why is he worried about that? Yeah. But here's the way I see it. If you're a dude and you're out with your girl and you see other women, you're not like, I gotta make sure like these girls want to fuck me. but you do you kind of feel like I gotta hold it down to make sure like they know like she got a good dude. You feel what I'm saying? Like she can't be seen with the little dick nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, you know, my ding-a-ling has a lot to do with like, you know, my self-esteem.
Right, because
so it's not always about, you know, fucking somebody.
Exactly, because I'm trying to make sure when I come out the bathroom and rejoin you, these bitches not laughing at you.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like that's why I shave and that's why I, you know, fluff in public. Because if word gets back, I want people to be like, yo, your boy got a big dick, bro. All right, you got a good one.
Yeah. But I guess other than that, though, you want to get into some of the topics from this past week?
Yeah.
It's been a crazy week, man. And it's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on in politics. And it's actually nice to see because, you know, last time Popeyes dropped something new, it was black people fighting. So it was nice to see, like, they just dropped a snack wrap, and it's nice to see that this time around that is white people fighting. You know, I love when the whites fight amongst each other. And it's been a big breakup. It's been a big breakup between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. And we kind of saw this coming. Elon and Trump, they going through it. Basically, it's been a break in just, I guess, how they feel like the money or how the national debt should be handled. And the matter of fact, so it's more so, it's the national debt. They've been beefing about how the national debt should be handled, and also I think Trump got rid of like the electric vehicle mandate, something like that.
Yeah, I mean it is bullshit.
What?
Electric vehicles?
Yeah,
they don't. Electric vehicles are not gonna save the fucking planet.
And the people that are conservatives, it's like these niggas don't want electric cars. They want their Ford pickup trucks. They come on, you not rolling in a Tesla, or you not running through the mud in a Prius. You want some outdoor shit. And also I always think about that, like when I'm in those type of like cities, when I'm in like you know Iowa or driving through Kansas.
You been in Iowa before?
Yeah, I've been all through Iowa. I've been through Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, Mount Pleasant.
Damn, I forgot Iowa's a state until you said it.
I be all through the Midwest, and no, it's just like performing in like these college towns. So
right,
like,
okay.
So it's like I might land at the main airport, but then I might have like a 2-3 hour drive. So you know, being through Iowa, I've been through Minneapolis, South Dakota. When you go through these states,
damn, South Dakota.
Yeah, it ain't shit out there.
I couldn't imagine.
But when you go through these places, like you barely see gas stations. So you definitely not about to see like a charging station out there.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to have we have a bunch of fucking clogged up roads and to just try to replace them with more vehicles. And it's like, okay, we're not going to be burning fuel, but where are we going to be getting this motherfucking lithium and this motherfucking cobalt from? Yeah. And it's like, it's not going to fix anything. It's just going to line Elon Musk's pockets or whatever other, you know, car manufacturer, billionaire people are involved in that industry. So it's bullshit. I'm not on anybody's side, but he's full of shit.
Trump, he made some comments. He made some comments about Elon.
What did he say?
What did he say?
Because I know what Elon said.
Let me see.
He basically like he basically has been crashing out because like I think they are both really rich people and they kind of felt like this is a powerful guy. I can use him for some shit. And I think that's not how the world works. If you're both using each other, then it's gonna go sour. And the motherfucker was on ketamine the whole time.
Yeah. So Trump basically said he was deranged. I'll play this clip for you.
I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. But we have it with others, too. They leave, and they wake up in the morning, and the glamour's gone. The whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it, and you'll let us know. Yeah.
So, yeah, basically he was saying he's deranged. And Elon, he on so many different, like, drugs. He on ketamine.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that sucks, because I wish he wasn't. Because he's saying Trump was in the Epstein files, which we all know. But like the fact that he's on drugs kind of sucks. 200 million people saw that tweet.
Yeah.
So, and probably more on TV. So, like, if he wasn't immediately invalidated as a fucking drug addict and like all the other bad shit he is, you know, maybe motherfucking there'd be a little bit more reason to look into this. But everybody's just gonna fucking brush it off.
Yeah, so he said Trump is in the Epstein files, and that is the real reason they haven't been made public. And with that, it's like that's really not the like gotcha moment.
Yeah, we all know it. It is insane that we have to walk around acting like people were not on Epstein's island doing the Epstein shit.
But not even just that, just to be like, yo, I was cool with you and I gave you all of this money, but now I'm gonna tell niggas you mess with little kids.
Yeah, I'm like, you knew this the whole time? And if you didn't, if it wasn't for a spending bill, you'd be okay with it?
Right. And with the Epstein thing though, I mean, but even if his name is in the Epstein file, I'm not like, of course I've heard like the stories about Epstein himself, and like I watched like the Netflix documentary and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But even then, with all of the people in the files are like the log list of like the people that like flew in his private plane and stuff, isn't he kind of like White Diddy in a sense of, yeah, it was a bunch of people at the party having a good time, but niggas went home at some point.
Oh, you're saying like just because somebody was there doesn't mean they did something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but somebody like Trump in, you know, what's the one of the Prince Charles or something?
Yeah. No, I did hear about Prince Charles.
Those guys that were with him all the time, and then they're distancing themselves from him. I'm pretty sure these are the guys that were there. You know, Chris Tucker probably wasn't fucking
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
you know, messing with the kids. That's why you bring all those people for plausible deniability. You can say millions of people came here and nobody saw shit.
But in this whole crash out, right? One of the things that Elon was saying, like he was starting to reveal a lot. He was damn near about to say, like, I hope rig this election for you, and this is how you repay me.
Yeah.
Because he did say at one point, you would have lost this election without me. Matter of fact,
But the thing is, I don't think he would have. I mean, I don't think he would have lost. I think he still could have won. Because I've talked to you know, Trump fans and stuff. They're not the most. There's too many of them to where it wouldn't have mattered, and there's too many people that didn't vote for Kamala Harris, like just didn't vote at all.
But and that's why I'm kind of torn on that, because
like Kamala Harris's campaign was genocide featuring Megan Thee Stallion, and that was it. There was nothing. There was nothing there. There was no plan for the genocide, and this motherfucker had a plan. It was a fucked up plan, but people wanted to hear a plan, and he gave them a plan.
No, I get what you're saying, but I don't think the Democrats really ran the wrong campaign in the sense that, like, I will say this: they definitely handled things wrong along the way. But once Kamala like became the candidate, I don't really think they did anything wrong. I think they just tried to use ration with irrational people. Then you also had people that wouldn't want to vote for a black woman. And then also, like, yeah, I do think it was rigged in the sense of it was a lot of split tickets as far as people voting for Trump, but then on the rest of their ticket, Democrats.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's what didn't make sense to me. That's why I think it was rigged, because before you might lean conservative one way, liberal in another way, but where we at now, this isn't the time to be like looking at both sides. You either feel one way or you feel like one, because the Republicans is like anybody that's a Democrat to them is like they woke, they want trans people reading to our kids and in the bathroom with our kids. We got to get rid of DEI. So I don't see somebody saying, you know what, I'm going to vote for Trump, but then at the same time, I do like this Democratic judge's policies.
Well, these people don't make sense. And I talk to people like this. Like, I don't try to ration with them. I just try to get them to reveal more about themselves.
Yeah.
And they just don't make sense. So whenever you're like, yo, this shit don't make sense, you're absolutely right. It does not make sense.
Well, just to keep it in politics, they're having the primary debates for the Democratic choice for mayor. And
yeah, I don't know the candidates except for Zohran Mamdani.
That's the Muslim dude?
Yeah, I might have fucked his name up, but
No, I ain't gonna hold you. When it comes to elections, if I don't know who you are, I am gonna go with the most ethnic name on the ballot.
yeah, I'm like, there's no way this motherfucker is at a Bilderberg meeting.
Yeah. Like when I see a certain name, I'm like, I know this person faced the type of discrimination I had to deal with.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, so I don't know how to pronounce this name. There's no way he's around a bunch of like rich white people and they're donating money to him.
Yeah.
But like a black dude named fucking like Rashad Jones or some shit. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
he's Eric Adams. I'm like, you know, it don't matter what color you are. Your name's Eric Adams. It's easy to pronounce. You are a cop. You're taking money. But yeah, we gotta get Eric Adams the fuck out.
We do. We got to get Eric Adams out of here. But we also, I think Eric Adams is switching over to. Is he switching over to Republican or Independent?
I don't know, but he needs to go either way. I don't even think it. I mean, let's look into it. Let's see.
Yeah, let me look that.
He ran as a Democrat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's hard to, you know, as a Republican, it's very difficult to win.
Yeah.
A fucking election in any city.
Yeah, he's opting out of the Democratic Party and he's running for re-election as an independent. Okay, but you know, Andrew Cuomo is also announced that he's running for the Democratic choice.
That's what scares me because he's a name.
He's a name, and you know he just had allegations. That's why he resigned as governor.
Yeah. And
this wasn't that long ago. This was recent. You don't change that fast from doing those type of things. So he just resigned from, you know, sexual misconduct allegations, I believe 2023. And at the time, Joe Biden asked him to step down.
Damn. Yeah.
Which is saying a lot.
About that.
Which is saying a lot when you got Joe Biden using the last little bits of his brain. And I just don't want him to go. I don't think he should be a mayor. We can't go from a mayor that's at the club every night smoking hookah to a mayor with nipple rings.
Yeah. What?
You know Cuomo got nipple rings?
Nipple rings?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know, remember Anthony Weiner?
Yeah.
That motherfucker is still he's like running for something in Jersey, right?
What did he do? He said he was
the freaky shit apparently does not affect your career as much as people thought. I mean, that's the effect of the president coming down because all the shit. This motherfucker's a convicted felon, ain't he?
Think so.
He's convicted. I know that. I don't know if he's a felon. He's convicted. So that shit really don't matter. And the fact that Cuomo can probably just old people are going to be like, oh, I know that name and vote for it.
Well, I don't know. This is tough. They saying he might not have nipple rings. He might just have pronounced nipples. That does look ringish though.
Nah, that's nipple rings.
Man.
Yeah, it conducts more electricity when you hook it up to a car battery, so that's why you get them.
But I'm gonna play this clip right here. This is like, you know, this was one of the questions asked in the debate, and listen to all these candidates answer.
Mr. Cuomo?
Given the hostility and the anti-Semitism that has been shown in New York, I would go to Israel.
Mr. Tilson, where would you go?
Yeah, I'd make my 4th trip to Israel, followed by my 5th trip to Ukraine, 2 of our greatest allies fighting on the front lines of the global war on terror.
Mr. Mamdani?
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in? Would you visit Israel as mayor?
I will be doing, as the mayor, I'll be standing up for Jewish New Yorkers, and I'll be meeting them wherever they are across the 5 boroughs, whether synagogues and temples or at their homes or at the subway platform, because ultimately we need to focus on delivering on their concerns.
And just yes or no, do you believe in a Jewish state of Israel?
I believe Israel has the right to exist.
Not as a Jewish state?
No,
as a state with equal rights.
He won't say it has a right to exist as a Jewish state. Be very
clear. And his answer was no, he won't visit Israel.
I said that.
That's what he was trying to say.
No. Unlike you, I answer questions very directly.
All right,
and I want to be very clear. I believe every state should be a state of equal rights.
Okay, thank you.
You know, it's like he's employing common sense and like actual thought, and it sounds so fucking insane to hear that kind of rhetoric when you're like everybody else has just fucking got their heads up their asses.
Right.
Like he sounds crazy.
Right.
For saying that, oh, I'm the mayor, not the fucking ambassador to Israel. Why the fuck would I go there? Even if he did believe in the shit, why the fuck are they talking about Israel?
Exactly.
It's New York, nigga.
That's like Minneapolis, George Floyd, and the mayor says, "You know what? I need to go check on the people of Congo."
Shit don't make no fucking sense. It's just a bullshit appeal so that they can say, if you are an Israeli donor, I'm for sale. So yeah, that's some bullshit. No matter what you feel about another, Israel, Ukraine, what our tax dollars for the state should not, or the city and the state should not be going to another fucking country.
Exactly.
Even the federal, but let's not even get into that. But we talking about on a local level. These niggas is talking about I'm gonna go to Israel. What the fuck?
Right, is niggas that's getting shot on the train in Brooklyn.
Yeah, like what the actual fuck, man? We're talking about America, a very small portion of America, and these niggas talking about Israel, and they're like, hey, why won't you admit that Israel has the right to be a Jewish ethno state that cleanses other races? Like, are you saying you're anti-Semitic because you don't think Jews should be able to cleanse other races? Sounds anti-Semitic to me. This guy doesn't like Jewish people. He don't think they should be allowed to shoot old ladies. It's like this is how fucking insane it sounds to be.
Right.
Like, just think about something because everybody else is trying to convince you that
right. It's like come on, man. I had to that kid. He threw a rock in my tank.
Yeah, and it's like, why was you at his house with his tank, dude? What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know, man. Noam Chomsky, right?
No.
Oh, well, he has this I don't know if you would call it philosophy theory about like manufacturing consent.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get into it, but because it's basically like we consent to things because we're given fake choices. So we're like, this is what they're like. Hey, basically, like this is what you want, and then we go, oh yeah, this is what I want. That's basically it. That's what I was trying to get. But it's like they say, well, what would you rather have? These Muslim terrorist monsters that eat babies and kill them and chop their heads off, or do you want these nice Israelis that are just like us and they're white, and then we go, well, obviously that's how you basically give people two choices and make them choose the one. They make us choose the things that they want us to choose. They don't give us another option. They make the other option sound like un-American and shit. That's kind of what I was getting at. But yeah, it's like that's fucking insane. They're saying, would you go to Israel? Oh, you're too good to go to Israel? It's like, what? We shouldn't be talking about Israel.
Right.
We're talking about New York. We're talking about buses. His plan is for buses. I want to hear about how they're going to make the buses faster. I want to hear about how they're going to deal with the rats. I want to hear about how they're going to deal with affordable housing.
Affordable housing.
What the fuck? It's insane. I feel crazy right now.
Let me see. I wanted to play this other clip from him right here. We was talking.
Yeah, it's like if your girl shows you a picture of somebody with like a huge ass and be like, would you fuck her? There's no way to win that.
Being attacked by Donald Trump. What's more important, however, is that we have a mayor who will actually fight back. And that's what I will do. I am Donald Trump's worst.
You didn't pay your Wi-Fi?
Being attacked by as a progressive Muslim immigrant who actually fights for the things that I believe in. And the difference between myself and Andrew Cuomo is that my campaign is not funded by the very billionaires who put Donald Trump in D.C. I don't have to pick up the phone for Bill Ackman or Ken Langone. I have to pick up the phone for the more than 20,000 New Yorkers who contributed an average donation of about $80 to break fundraising records and put our campaign in second place.
And that right there is like basically the breakdown of why he is preaching, like why Cuomo was so in a rush to say that he would go to those places because he's funded by those, like that's where a lot of his backing comes from.
He's talking basically over our heads. Mm-hmm. He's not talking to the New Yorkers. He's talking to the motherfucking Israeli donors and the people that are in that world. So he's basically talking over our heads, and it is very fucking blatant. And I wish we all had the fucking. That's why we need better education, because we know about the Holocaust, we know about World War I, we know about World War II, but we don't know anything about the things that led up to those things, and we gonna keep letting this shit happen, bro. Because I don't even know if this nigga, the Mamdani, I don't know if he's gonna do any of the shit he's saying. I don't trust him. I don't think he's gonna be able to make housing more affordable. But it's a good idea, and we should go with that guy. Let's go with the guy with the good ideas. Even if he lies and says, this is what I'm going to do, and he doesn't do it. I would rather go for that than the guy who's telling you exactly what he's going to do. Fuck all your problems. I'm going to Israel.
Well, just to switch it up real quick.
Yeah, get me off of Israel, please, before I blow this whole fucking project to smithereens.
I wanted to talk about this stream. Well, I guess now she's a streamer, but this influencer Cooking with Kaya.
Yeah, I've seen. I've never watched the videos because I don't think like food in the place that it comes out of mix. I don't think food and butts mix, but you know, I understand the appeal.
I could watch her on mute.
Yeah, I'm not that horny, man.
But
I love Jesus.
Cooking with Kaya, she was recently getting emotional. She was on the stream and she's been saying that she's been receiving a lot of hate. And I'm gonna play a little bit of this.
I'm just irritated. I feel like my name just gets slandered so much and I really don't be doing nothing. Like I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like, it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me. And I literally don't do nothing. Like, nothing. Like, nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like, all the hate and everything, like, nothing affects me no more. Like, it's like I have no feelings no more.
Yeah, and it's fucked up because it's like, I know it's a nigga at home watching her break down getting turned on more.
I don't know. I just don't. I'm sure she actually is upset, but I don't trust nobody that beat their face before they cry on camera. I don't trust that shit. Like she looked fucking very groomed in this.
Let me bump these curls first. But I
brushed her eyebrows and shit and trimmed them.
I wanted to play that because it really is important to be careful what you get famous for, because and also the audience that you find and whatever, like, you know, whatever audience you get, like how you entertain people, you might get stuck in that box. It's kind of like with Shiggy with dancing. So like with Cooking with Kaya, you know, her platform grew off of like, you know, the men that would like want to tune into that. But when you feed that culture, she basically built a platform like giving her appeal of a submissive woman. And it's like
she looks really young, so I feel bad for her. Cause what is she like? She may be 20.
She got to be young.
She looks like she could be 19.
Yeah, she can't be no older than 24. I know that.
Yeah, she looks young, and we're in a fucking world where it's like, how do you not get swept up in all this impressionable shit?
And it's tough because with her building that platform, you know, the whole persona Cooking with Kaya, where it's like, you know, she just making plates and men like to watch that, you know, her doing her little twerk with the food. I mean, I love food. I love ass shaking. But when you do that for this red pill culture, they only going to watch you cook with clothes on for so long. Like the objectification is only going to grow more and more.
Yeah, it's very. I feel like the whole using your body as a woman to empower yourself, that idea has probably been dead for like 20 years now. I think at this point we all understand that. I think at one point it was like, you know, show off your body. You worked hard on it. You're a woman, and let the world see it. That shit was probably good for about a week. and it's at this point it's like you're just performing for the male gaze, and it's never gonna fucking pan out well. Yeah. So and I don't blame her. It's like, why would a girl not do that? It's like you 18, you ain't got nothing but some titties. And you want to make some money. Like, what else are you gonna do? You know, if you're fucking a stupid ass, you can't read. You can't get a goddamn job, just shake your ass. I get it, but apparently her thing was like, you know, like kind of rubbing it in women's faces.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That
like
too.
The attention is like the attention that you get, that I get from like your man or whatever, rub it in a woman's face.
Okay.
Apparently that's kind of what sunk her battleship.
Well, that does make sense because you know, so with the whole streamer thing, right? You know, Casanet, however you pronounce his name, but Kai, you know, he did the stream at University recently, and actually, he's actually turned me into a fan.
Kai Cenat.
Yeah,
yeah, he's actually, I have no hatred or negative feelings.
Like at first, I felt the way like when I was first introduced to him, and he kind of incited the riot around Union Square.
I think that's cool.
No, I ain't like that shit. I mean, cause you know I'm a little older, so I like my peace. So
Yeah, but I just like, especially in a rich city like New York, I like the reminders that this shit isn't, you know, it's not gonna be safe.
Oh no, that little nigga brought out my conservative side that day. but I like the whole streaming university thing. But with that, some of the streamers he had on there was like, you know, her, the dude DDG.
That's one of them names that I try to avoid, but it gets beamed into my brain like in Clockwork Orange.
But you know, she, and I think she posted it, and I think it was another woman streamer, the chick India Love. I think she was streaming.
Don't know who that is.
They both put up videos saying that like how great of a guy he is and how they felt protected by him and safe around him. No, DDJ.
Oh,
and you know, like he going through his situation right now.
Yeah, again, I know about it, but you know, my eyes have been peeled open.
But it made me think of like, you know, when you tried to protect this guy through these times just because he was nice to you, and it's like now you got to think, is that same guy going to give you protection during these times when you're going through something like this? And then also, just because a nigga was nice to you don't mean he can't be shit to a bunch of other women.
Yeah, but that's bird brain logic. That's how bird brain chicks act.
Oh,
they just like, well, this nigga cool with me. He might even, you know, give me money or be able to help me make money. So I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I have empathy for the young people that get involved in this whole internet mania, but also I'm like, you kids, but you got brains. Like you should be using it. Yeah. So if you want to twerk and cook food, how long did you think you was gonna be able to do that, bro? Like she's not trying to pivot into nothing else.
I don't know.
Like she just like, you think you're gonna be 30 cooking and shaking your ass? It's gonna be somebody that takes your spot.
I'm part of the problem.
The OnlyFans shit, dude. Like that's why I like stripping and selling pussy on the just on the street. Those were, you going to Feet Finder to see it? Were you going to Wiki Feet to see it?
Yeah, I gotta see if cooking with Kaya up here.
You throwing me off, nigga. I was trying to make a point. Fuck, I forgot it now. I don't even want to talk about it no more. No, find it. I want to see it now.
No, that she wasn't up there.
Oh, that's honestly odd. What is Wiki Feet for if you can't wiki some feet? What the fuck is it even? What's the point? Is it like Wikipedia where anybody can edit it? Hopefully. I'm putting my feet on there. Asante Morris feet.
It's probably Nepo feet on there. Like when you click on
Uma Thurman's daughter's feet.
Oh shit. Man.
I 100% forgot the point that I was gonna make, and it was gonna make sense to me at least. Fuck. Yeah, dude. Fucking sex work. God damn. Sex work's supposed to like lead you out of the struggle. It's not supposed to be your struggle.
I wanted to talk about this in music real quick. I wanted to talk about, you know, Clipse. Clipse just put out a new song.
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't listened to it.
Oh, I love it. And I want to be careful to say Clipse because, you know, black people love to add an extra syllable or, you know, an extra S to something. And most people say the Clipse. But no, it's just Clipse. The Clipse is doing the rollout for their new album. And they did some interviews for it. And in this, Pusha T was saying some things, like they were basically talking about this album was actually ready and supposed to drop last year. But the reason it didn't is because their record label, they were on Def Jam at the time. Def Jam didn't want to put it out because they have a song with Kendrick Lamar on there. And they didn't like how the optics looked as far as a Pusha T and Kendrick song collaboration at the time of
because the lawsuit.
I think this might have been before the lawsuit,
Oh.
but it was just the optics of them going against Drake.
Oh, I see what it is.
Because it's kind of like Drake might say, all right, since y'all did this business with him, I'm not doing any business with any of your other artists.
That's whack as fuck, man. Music is just the worst fucking business.
And it's corny for so many different reasons. Just like I hate the lawsuit. Even outside of like this whole Clipse situation, the lawsuit is just corny because he's suing because he felt like it was defamation. But this is the same person that a few years ago wrote, signed a letter saying that lyrics shouldn't be allowed to be used in court. What kind of sense that make?
Well, that's the thing with ego, when it gets backed into it, it's like an animal. Once it gets backed into the corner, it's not supposed to survive, but it'll claw its way through anything to survive, and then it takes over.
With this whole thing, I can't wait for the Clipse album. Like Pusha, he's always like when I do my end of the year Apple list top artists, Pusha's always around like in my top 5 top artists.
Yeah, that's funny. I've noticed I don't listen to Pusha T like regularly, but when he drops something, I listen to it like every day, like all the way through.
Yeah, I love. I just love.
Even his last album, he had a song with his brother on there, right?
Yeah.
The half Pharrell, half Kanye one. Thank God he got that shit out when he did, bro. Because if he had any Kanye tracks now, I'd be like, fuck, I want to hear it, but I don't want to.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's a good thing he got that out around the time. Wasn't that like the only thing bad Kanye did around that time was like run for president, right?
Yeah, he was running for president and hanging with Trump. With this new generation of music fans and like specifically like Drake fans or just stan culture. Stan culture has always been toxic, but it's just bringing out the most corniest niggas. Because like the arguments that people are using when it comes to stan culture, they're saying like, oh, the Clipse don't have no hits. Like in this situation, they're saying like the Clipse don't have no hits or like look at their sales. When it's like that should make it even more respectable that they're able to survive for so long without having a certain amount of quote unquote hits or radio singles or this number of sales. It's like that's the one thing I've always respected in comedy.
What?
Like it's easy to survive in comedy when you got like top movies out or you're on a number one sitcom. It's easy to survive that way in comedy. It's really like you really good at it when you able to survive without none of that.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like,
I know
like
what
when
you mean.
Like when you see like guys that just tour and it's just like I might not have the credentials that people might think I need, but I got the talent to back it up and people still want to see this. Yeah. Or they might not even know me. They might not even know they want to see this, but after they do see me, they like, damn, I feel like, my money was well spent on this person.
Yeah, it's a very equalizing industry.
Yeah.
To where it's like if you really a lot of shit, if you work hard, you end up in the fucking dirt. But if you actually like make that shit good, it's hard to replace. When you come to town, people gonna fuck with it. But yeah, music is you can literally coast on just your popularity in music, and people will be like this is good. Like, well, he's fucking on all the charts, though. I guess so, and then that just maintains you for like a decade.
And that's what's corny. Like when people use the numbers as an argument of this must be good. Yeah. Just because something has a high number of sales compared to something else doesn't mean it's good. McDonald's sells 1 billion burgers. That shit just means that it's easily digestible and accessible.
Yeah, it's just like marketing.
It has nothing to do with quality at all. And when people talk sales, it's corny now because it's like I feel like this is a new generation thing. Well, matter of fact, no, I guess the shift with sales, it really took a turn around. People start caring about sales more, I say like, early 2000s, like around 50 made people start looking at the numbers more with that whole thing with him and Kanye, and even even, you know, Jay-Z, he did talk about sales, you know, only dudes moving units is Pimp Juice and Us or like Puff Daddy. But like, you know, people used to look down on that. People used to look down on like the mainstream shit.
Yeah,
like
that's how like the Nas Jay-Z beef, like that's how that shit actually ended up in Nas's favor because they were like, we don't give a fuck what you selling. Like this is the guy, but that shit's kind of dead. It's just it seems like somebody like Drake, right? If you are just an uncool fuck, just a corny fuck, but you like Drake, you can kind of find your way into some friends because it's like, you know, I like what you guys like. Let me hang out. So when the only thing that makes you cool, people question it, you gonna lash out. Because if you don't got Drake, then what do you like that's cool? It's like these motherfuckers listen to Drake and goddamn Post Malone. Post Malone not gonna get you no bitches. So you know, it's like again, your ego's deflated if somebody's like, yo, the only thing that makes you fun to be around is whack as fuck. Yeah. You know, people tie their identity to that shit. And you know, if people that like listen to underground music or some shit, like I remember, like Doom is like people is known now, but I remember there was like even during my years, there was a time when you know it was still like super unheard of. I think a lot of people know like about that shit now, but it didn't matter. Those people that were like really into that shit, they didn't give a fuck if you liked it. They're like, this is what I like, and you know if you don't like it, then fuck it. So. It was still their identity, but it wasn't dependent on whether or not other people validated it. Yeah. And that's what it seems like. The people that like Drake, or I don't even know if I want to incur the wrath of Taylor Swift fans, but it seems like, you know, that's a similar following. Dare I say Nicki Minaj.
Damn.
We just bleeped that out. Never mind.
That's a great point though. That is a great point.
Yeah. And you know, I'm gonna get home and you know, my fucking door's gonna be broken in.
Somebody going cut out the ass to all your drawers. Cut off the tips to your socks.
Don't give them ideas now. I genuinely there's certain fan bases I am genuinely afraid of because there's no more mental institutions in this country. So now it's just Twitter. Everybody's just on fucking Twitter and the wiki feed. So it's like this is where we gather 4chan and shit.
Yeah. All right, so before we get out of here real quick, just going to do some quick questions from the listeners. All right, so the first question somebody asked, they said, what's been some unexpected but dope shit that's come out of doing this podcast?
Unexpected but
dope.
I didn't realize how starved for like decent content we all are. Like people I know, people I like, you know, they're like, I fuck with podcasts, but like they just suck. Yeah. And I realize like they listen to it just because it's like it's the only thing they know. So I think that we're a part of a probably growing you know, movement of people that are trying to do something a little different. Yeah. And you know, that's cool. I fuck with that.
Yeah, what I like is seeing the different cities where people listen. So like, you know, of course we from East Coast. So, you know, we got people listening in New York, Philly, at home, Jersey, but just some of the other places to see, like, you know, I'm gonna actually pull up.
I mean, it's people out of the country.
Yeah, that's
the shit that we like. Really, damn.
Right, like
I didn't think it's crazy to see like how much we can all relate as people. You know, sometimes because we're always fucking being told that we're all so different and there's all these problems, but
right, yeah. So like for example, like this, the last episode, we got people listening in Kenya, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Netherlands.
Shouts out to Hong Kong. Be careful, yo. Be very careful.
For real, you don't want to let them know you listening to niggas with their own opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was like amazing to see, you know. Yeah, this was cool to see. You know, we got like Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know,
I don't know why that was funny. I don't know why that's funny to me. Whatever.
But yeah, Shout out all these different places, man. Damn, Aurora, Colorado. You know those.
Dude, why do you keep picking out the fucked up the places where tragedies happen? Yo, shout out to Columbine.
Yeah, like so. This was been like really dope to see. Just like people listening from all over.
Yeah, shout out to all the listeners in Benghazi.
Yeah, man. Just watching everybody, just this whole community grow with us, man. This shit has been fire. Shit has definitely been dope, and it's cool to see that, like, across so many different cultures that, like, we still have so many things in common.
Yeah, and I really would love to travel more and see people. Because, again, it's always, I don't know, I'm always on a soapbox, but it really is crazy that we'll, like, be in wars and shit. And it's like, yo, motherfuckers. But we really all, like, we all agree. It's just the niggas up there that don't agree on shit.
Right.
For the most part. I mean, it's differences, but you know what I'm saying? It's mostly, we all people. We all the same. That don't mean you can say the N-word if you're not black, but we all the same. We can hang out.
Somebody asked, and this is one of our Minneapolis listeners. She said, me and my wife of 11 years are poly and date men together. Tips on finding our husband. Now, with that, I want to say be careful. I want to say definitely be careful, because you and your wife of 11 years.
This is a woman or a man?
This is a woman.
So this is two women, and they're looking for men.
They're looking for a husband.
They're looking for a husband.
Now, and I say be careful, because two women, y'all always going to be able to find some dick together. That's the easy part.
Yeah.
You always shit. What's up?
You have to find a nigga with some sugar in his tank. And that's not, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but like, you 100% should find a queer dude, because a straight nigga is going. Yeah. We not good people.
Yeah,
we can't handle. Great power comes with great responsibility. We can't handle that shit.
Yeah, the two women I could take advantage of.
Exactly. That's the first thing. Like, both these bitches gonna be cooking? No, we're not good people. You can't have that.
Yeah, so you definitely are going to have to, like, you will want to find a queer nigga, because shit, you got to be a different type of nigga to care about two women feelings.
Yeah, and we're both straight dudes, and we're not. I don't think I'm like a terrible guy at all, and I think I try my best to be a good person. But even I know that's gonna bring out the worst of me.
Yeah,
there's no way I'm gonna come home and I'm like, yo, so neither of y'all cook. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's just it's gonna come out of me. I was raised by men.
Yeah, I don't have the patience in me to listen to two women talk about their day.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all can't talk to each other. Why the fuck I gotta go to the goddamn grocery store with y'all? Fuck, I'm not. Why the fuck do I gotta go to the farmer's market and y'all both here? Yeah, I don't think I can handle that shit.
Yeah,
but like a guy that likes guys and doesn't mind if you date other guys, I think that could work out. So, well, my actual tip would be, why the fuck you asking us? We're not gonna give you no good advice, but we appreciate you asking, and that's find a queer guy.
Somebody asked, they said, how long did it take you doing comedy for it to be financially sustainable? Honestly, this shit ain't even sustainable.
I feel like you're being a dick by asking that, because ain't no motherfucking sustainability in this shit.
Yeah, this shit, man. For me, with comedy, honestly, I only quit my job because I essentially had to, and that would be my recommendation for anybody that would be my recommendation for anybody chasing a dream. Don't quit your job until you have to, because it takes money to invest in your dreams.
Yeah, I think you should actually. I've adopted a mindset that I've seen people promote, which is that having a job makes if you're in like an art or a craft or whatever, having a job so that thing doesn't depend on money from that thing. It makes you enjoy it a bit more, and you're able to keep it pure, because you're not like, fuck, I have to eat with this shit. Like, you're not gonna start to hate it because it's your job. essentially.
Damn.
So
and I go through that.
Yeah, and I think we both envy our positions equally, to where it's like I work a job, so you know I have a little bit of a stability, but also you don't have to do what you don't want to do during the day. So it's a there's no way to do it correctly.
Yeah, because with my last job, I quit. Well, I didn't quit. I was essentially let go, because I remember this was right before the pandemic. I remember I went on a road. I had to go to the Midwest for like a string of college shows, and I told my job that I was going to be out that week, and they basically like just told me like, you know, next time I call out, they going to like I was assigned to working with a student 1-to-1, and they basically told me if I call out again, they were going to assign my students to somebody else. So I had another show coming up in Minnesota and called out, and they were like, yeah, they just removed me from that case. So it was like I didn't want to. But it was they did it. And I always tell comedians, just because that's the closest, like, you know, type of creative that I'm dealing with on a regular, that you really don't want to quit your job until you have to, because once you quit your job, it's like, what else you going to be doing during those hours that you could be making money? You just going to be sitting at home waiting until it's time to go hang at shows and stuff like that. So if you do have a job, man, keep going until your dreams actually interfere with that work schedule.
Yeah. That's basically it. Like, just fucking, it's hard to pull the trigger on something you know it has to be done, you know, where like I got to make this leap in my career, and sometimes being forced into that position makes it easier. But you know, financial sustainability with a goddamn within comedy, or you know, if you do music or some shit, that don't matter, man. Just fucking do it. Yeah. It's like if you're good at it, it's gonna work. And or you might it might not work out and you might quit. I know plenty of people that are fucking great at something they did and they just quit. Mm-hmm. But the people that are good and the people that don't quit, those are the people that stick around. And there's people that should be quitting that they don't. And you know, you gonna let somebody that sucks outdo you?
Somebody asked me. Next question. Somebody asked, who's a celebrity whose feet you will huff? It could also be armpits if you're into that. And I honestly,
was that the motherfucker from Tulsa, Oklahoma that asked that?
I before we answer this, I do want to apologize to you, because I feel like
I'm not into feet at all. Yeah, like, I'm actually repulsed by them.
I feel like I've subjected you to this kind of questioning.
I'm fine with questions that only apply to you. Like you're fine. You're free to answer if this is what you want to talk about. You know, this is an egalitarian society that we're building here. You know, you have your fun. I will sit on the sidelines.
No, I don't know, but I'm gonna put some thought into that question. I'm gonna put some thought into that question, and I'm gonna come back with a name for you next week.
Yeah.
I like this one. Somebody said, we need to talk about the femcells. Like you know, as far as like J.K. Rowling.
No, that's women's problem. Y'all got to deal with that shit. They got their own goddamn problems. Y'all started that shit. Y'all finish it. I ain't read no motherfucking Harry Potter. I was outside.
I didn't even know about that term.
Femcells. What does it mean?
Femcells?
I know she's a fucking a TERF. I know what TERF is.
Yeah, femcells is basically like the female version of incels.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just you know, being a cunt. You know how some women just are hateful,
are just terrible people.
Just you know, call the police on kids. Are just mean to people. You know, I remember when I was in like I think it was like second grade. And we had this music teacher, and on the first day, she was like, "I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I do not like kids." I was like, "Why would you tell us that?" It didn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
I still remember it because I'm just like, that don't reflect poorly on me or reflects poorly on you. I'm just like, why are you that person?
But it's crazy because the fact that you remember that did kind of leave an impression.
Yeah, and I just remember thinking, like, why are you that kind of person? I don't remember feeling like, wow, I'm unlikable. I just remember feeling bad for you. I'm like, you suck.
Right.
Why do you suck? You don't have to suck.
Because she could have said some, like, you know, some heartwarming shit. Like, you know.
She could have just not said nothing at all. Like, shut the fuck up. That's what you got to do sometimes.
Because I definitely do remember all the teachers that said something nice to me.
Yeah, 100%.
And helped me out along the way.
Yeah. Teachers that let me know when I was fucking up. I appreciate them. Teachers that were like, you know, you should go after this thing. A teacher once told me that I had a good voice for radio. And this is before I even considered anything comedic in general. And I was like, maybe I could talk about poetry or something. I don't know. I was just like, oh, that's a good thing. I just kept it in the back of my mind. Never really thought of anything. And then I'm like, all right, well, you know, now that kind of does make sense that I'd be in this, you know, this world. So,
and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That you're using that voice to talk about wiki feet with me.
I'm wasting it.
And somebody said, last question, somebody said, what if Genghis Khan was really just freaky and he was searching to find someone that could match his freak?
Aren't all mass rapists freaky? This nigga the entire earth. Don't think anybody thought that was normal. I think they were just scared to death.
How many people was it? How many kids did he have?
I don't know, but it's like enough that most people
are related to him, right?
Yeah, that is just fucking something that I really wish was documented better. Because that is such a fucking interesting. All right.
I did watch a documentary like that. I watched a documentary. I forget the name of it. It was a documentary about a sperm donor that would just go to different countries. Like he would. Let me see if I can find this.
Isn't there a guy? Is there a guy that like donated so much sperm that he got sued by the kids?
The man with 1,000 kids. Yeah, he donated sperm to a bunch of
serial sperm donor.
He donated sperm like to sperm banks and through private donations. So he was like, you know, people on Facebook groups that might be looking to give the people in Facebook groups struggling to like, you know, give birth or like, you know, just conceive a baby. And he would donate to these parents and he would tell them like, you know, I only had one other child. When really, in fact, he was telling this to hundreds of people. And then he was going to sperm banks all throughout, you know. This people initially found out, where did he start at? He started, I forget what country. What country he started in?
Oh, okay. So this may be the guy that I was thinking about. He got sued.
Yeah.
Because he was lying about how much he was donating. Wow.
I forget where he started at, but say like he started in like the Netherlands, but then he was also going to sperm banks in South America or different countries in Africa. And
wow.
And you know, it was tough because it put these kids in a fucked up position because now you have all these parents in the same area that once they found out about each other, they all came together and they would let their siblings, they would let their children meet their half siblings. But now you have all these children that would kind of become attracted to that sibling because that person shares the same characteristics as them. So, and it's fucked up because now you got all these children in this one area that might eventually go to school together or they're going to grow up and not even know that this person that I actually like, I'm actually related to them.
Yo, that's actually fucked. I didn't even think about it like that. Like, he might be responsible for just a crazy amount of inbreeding.
Yeah.
And, like, imagine you fucking meet somebody, you have a baby, and it got one ear, and you didn't even know that y'all was cousins and shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy as fuck.
Yeah, that documentary was wild.
Didn't he himself?
No, that nigga still out here.
All right, well, there's another guy that did something like this, and then he ended up himself because he was getting sued.
Yeah, that shit
So,
is...
I mean, there's a bunch of people that do this shit.
Yeah, that shit is wild. That's why, man, I just do my shit the old-fashioned way and let it roll down the tub.
Put that shit on their shoulder blade. I never can get where I'm aiming for. You ever had that problem where I'm like, I'm aiming for the face.
No, you still young, so your shit still shoot out.
Bro, it makes a sound when it upon impact too. It's like a. You ever?
My shit dribble out on me. I don't got that distance no more.
Nah, man. When it hits skin, it makes a sound. But I can never get where I'm aiming for. It's like I gotta calculate the wind. It's like I gotta aim higher so that it drops down. It's weird. It's like I'm aiming for the face, but I'm like, fuck, I got the goddamn neck.
Shit. But yeah, man. Thank y'all for sending in those questions, man. And definitely keep them coming, man. Definitely do enjoy y'all questions, and just send in anything else, any other questions, topics, that y'all have for us.
Yeah, if you wanted some advice, I know what I said earlier, but if you want advice, I am the guy to give it to you. Ask me for advice. Yeah, I will give you solid advice.
Because we're gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
Yeah, and if you are,
I'm too stupid to really lie.
That's the problem. Yeah. That's the problem. It's too hard to keep up with.
That's why I don't be lying no more.
Yeah,
I haven't told a lie, and I can't even count it except for, when somebody asks me if I got $1. That's the only time I lie.
Yeah, so sending those questions, definitely is appreciated. If you're looking for a poly husband, man, just make a trip out here.
I don't want to be involved in those sorts of goddamn polycules. I don't fuck with Mormons. I don't like none of that shit.
Shit, man. Sending those questions that definitely be appreciated. And just keep spreading the word about the pod, man. It's growing. It's dope to see the community growing. Dope to see y'all listening from all over. And yeah, I guess we be back with y'all next week. So yeah, if y'all got any community events, share those with us. I do want to get back to the Tubi movies eventually, but
I've been seeing some that I want to watch, but we got to build up a little bit of a catalog first.
Yeah. So yeah, we want to get back to the Tubi movies. If y'all know what any good Tubi movies that y'all been watching, let us know. But other than that, I guess we catch y'all next week, man. It's been a good one. So we out of here. I'm Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris.
And we out.